former Congressman Kiko Barzaga, who was kicked out of Congress, recently expelled. Now, my thoughts about it, I disagree with some of the things that he says. I don't agree with a lot of his politics, but I disagree with the idea na kailangan siyang i-expel. Kasi feeling ko, sobrang measure naman yun, di ba, na ginawa ninyo against him. He was voted by his, di ba, his constituent, siya yung pinili, siya yung nilagay doon. Walang kulay na DDS or Pinglawan. Binoto yan ng tao, linagay yan dyan. Kung gusto niya magsalita ng kung ano-ano, yan yung binoto ng tao eh. Kung gusto niyo palitan, antayin niyo mag-election ulit bago niyo siyang palitan, di ba? So, I just wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Good sign.
Good sign na tinanggal siya?
Oo.
Dahil?
Ibig sabihin, tama yung mga sinasabi niya.
Kumbaga nasasaktan yung mga tao.
Di ba yung pinag-usapan natin kanina? If he's saying the right things and you don't like what he's saying, kill the messenger?
Correct.
So they kicked him out.
Yun ang literal na shoot the messenger.
Systemic. But there are many more like him. Di ba? Si Congressman Leandro. Di ba? Si Mayor Magalong. Si Mayor Vico Soto. Many like him. Tinanong ko nga yung iba sa kanila. One time when I met some of you, sabi ko, ang gagaling ninyo. I changed my mind. Talagang 180 degrees, no? Sabi ko, hindi kayo nagsasalita. Alam mo, sabi sa akin, Carlo, Sir, pag nagsalita kami, papatayan kami ng gripo. Systemic. It's the political culture, di ba? You don't rock the boat. Everybody happy na. Status quo. So, balik tayo dun sa kumakain sa basurahan.
Pero how do we change that kaya?
Well, education, electoral reforms, choose better leaders who will be real. I'm not saying, I'm not passing judgment on the House, no? Elected din yan eh. Maybe improve the quality of our electorate
so that they can
make better decisions and elect better leaders.
Pero how do we solve that? If continuity is a big problem, kasi every 6 years lang ang presidente, di ba? How do we make sure na hindi naman tayo two-party system, walang political parties?
So charter change.
Yan ako, marami magwawala pag yan ang topic.
Baka pwedeng executive action. Baka nandun yan. Alam to ng mga abogado, di ba? Pero ang punto ko is, vision. Kahit na sino presidente, pag maganda yung plano, ituloy mo. Pag medyo sablay ng konti, itabi mo. Continuity is one cause of
sobrang daming problem dito sa Pilipinas.
So, strengthen the political party system, charter change, start talking to each other. Not as this party or that party, di ba? Talk to each other as Filipinos for our children.
Actually, feeling ko if we demand it as a people, and if mag-ingay tayo asking government officials na gawin nyo yan, lalo na ngayon, sobrang sensitive ang government officials sa ingay ng mga tao online eh. Tsaka sa reklamo ng mga Pilipino. Feeling ko basta lagi siyang pinag-uusapan at lagi siyang tinatanong, baka mas magawan ng paraan na mangyari.
Okay, but we have to touch a raw nerve. Kung saan sila sensitive. Related to elections.
Yun nga, dutin.
Yung ingay namin, may conversion mechanism dito.
Correct.
Pag hindi mo ito pinagbigyan, it will
and that's why we need to organize.
Yes. Organize, di ba? But the first requirement is unite. Okay. Ang daming rally. Tinatanong ako, former senator, former secretary, former lahat, di ba? Punta ka ba sa rally? Alam mo, una kong tanong, saan ako pupunta?
Ang dami kasing rally.
Hindi. Kahit na pumunta ka sa isang lugar, di ba? Iba-iba sinasabi.
Correct. Naalala ko yun.
So, saan ako pupunta? Di ikakahon na naman ako. Diba? O tayo, kung sino pumunta. Pag pumunta ka rito, pro ano yan. So, walang convergence.
Alam mo yung napakagandang point niyan. There has to be something that unites you to a point na you can actually move for change.
Okay.
Within the system, the political framework, di ba?
Carlo, nanganganak itong mga tanong parang mas clear tayo about what we are against.
Correct.
Than what we are for.
Ngayon.
Mas mahirap yung what we are for. Ang daling magkampo ng away, di ba?
Pero hindi nga malinaw kung ano yung gusto mo talagang
exactly. Yun ang kailangang pag-usapan. Pero kung i-reduce mo to its basic terms, di ba? Let's say, unity. Hindi.
Natawa ko kasi sumapog na yun.
hindi sumabog sa baba.
Oo.
Sumabog
Sa taas. Butsyug!
Ako part ako ng unity team eh.
Talaga?
Yeah, oh. So, hindi naman ako nag-volunteer, no? So, sabi nga nun, ano ginagawa ni Unasan doon sa unity team ni sabi ko, unity daw eh. Unity. Ngayon, eto, para magkaintindihan tayo. Sino ang ayaw ng unity? Raise your hands. Wala naman nagtaas ng kamay.
Correct. Oo. Lahat ng tao will back that, di ba?
Yes.
If that's the vision.
It may sound motherhood. Oh, now, push the envelope. Fast forward tayo. Saan nabasag dito?
Sa taas. Sa kanilang dalawa, hindi na mag-usap.
Yun nga, di ba? We don't wanna, to impose this burden on our two highest leaders, no? Oh.
But it's their burden to bear. Sila yung nagsabi
okay.
noon, sila yung nangako noon, tapos sila yung nag-break ng promise na yun.
Now, we're becoming more candid, no?
Oo.
Okay, so, ayusin nyo yan.
Oo.
Bababa ka ngayon, di ba? Sino ang number 3 sa pecking order? Senado.
Oo. Ay, walang unity din doon. Wala rin talaga at all.
So, saan ka pupunta?
Oh, baka unity was not the right vision or the
Ay, but sayang, nanghihinayang din ako. Yun, another adjective, nanghihinayang, another description. How do I feel? Sabi mo, nung slide natin. Nanghihinayang ako sa Pilipinas eh. Bakit? We are so blessed.
Correct. We have so many resources.
Hindi lang yan, at policy level, di ba? Natatawa ako dahil I'm laughing at myself, no? How I can internalize this. At policy level, Carlo, our economy, according to our policy makers, is growing. No, it's growing.
Sagot ko talaga,
6 to 8%.
Okay.
Policy level, di ba? Ganun. At policy level, ano ang hinihintay natin? Yung trickle-down effect.
Yung maramdaman ng tao.
Exactly. Yung mararamdaman nung kumakain sa basurahan.
Ang nakakaramdam yung mga politikong nangungurakot
okay. Sige, siguro. Sasabihin niyo, sige, hayaan nyo, magti-trickle down yan. Okay. We are so blessed, no, that all we need to do is wake up every morning and continue breathing. And it's happening, di ba? Kaya nga sabi siguro ni God, or Allah, whatever we call Him, sobra naman kayo, baka magselos yung kapit bayan ninyo. Pero gagawin ko, ilalagay ko kayo sa ring of fire. Okay? Number 1 kayo sa World Risk Index. Kasama niyo yung India at Indonesia. Pag may naluluto na bagyo sa Pacific, kayo ang welcoming committee.
Tayo ang sumasalo. Ganun tayo. Grabe.
Ganon, di ba? Can you imagine, ha? Archipelago tayo. Any threat, global or domestic, has to cross bodies of water.
Correct.
Any benefit, effort to unite, also has to cross bodies of water.
Mahirap din.
Mahirap din. So, what is our source of leverage globally is that's the inhibition that prevents us from thinking like Filipinos. Archipelago tayo.
Pero that's one thing I think na dapat talaga pag-aralan later on how to solve.
Yes.
Yung true unity in the sense na, or kung hindi man, imposible man makuha yun ng lahat ng buong Pilipinas, at least to foster that thinking na we should think as Filipinos more than anything else.
Okay.
Na yun yung number 1 before sino yung sinusuportahan mong kandidato, sino yung sinusuportahan mong political party. Number 1, Pilipino tayo.
Okay. We're talking about the domestic situation. Pigs our own backyard. Globally, 14 million Filipinos, Carlo, scattered in
Abroad.
200 countries all over the
Yes.
world. Overqualified teachers and
I
nurses.
agree.
Raising the children of world leaders.
I agree.
More than 50% of seafarers, Filipinos. So ang kasabihan, if Filipinos stop working in Washington,
The world will stop.
The economy, the
Yes.
global economy will slow down. Ganon tayo katindi. Okay. Talk about my original sector. We are world-class as soldiers and as peacekeepers. May magre-retire sana tayong general. Ayaw ng UN. Dahil tayo lang yung contingent na nag-alisa na yung ibang contingent, tayo na iwan.
Saan to?
Dito, sa Gaza.
Okay.
Okay. So, pinigil. World-class as soldiers. Tayo lang yung kultura, tayo lang yung sundalo na habang nagbabapakan, pakanta-kanta. Can you imagine?
Oo nga.
As peacekeepers and as soldiers with minimum standards of comfort.
Kaya I feel, Senator, na we should have so much pride in being Filipino.
Oh.
Diba? And yung sad part is yun nga, nawawatak-watak tayo because of the partisan politics that we see almost every day.
Ang policy issue yun is, do we bring back, di ba, our Filipinos so that they can be together with their families? That's a major policy issue. Or do we continue Filipinizing the world? Yung mga anak ng mga world leaders, marunong na mag-upo, nagmamano na yung iba. Can you imagine, Carlo? No? So
Pero that's a good question. Parang ano ba talaga yung tamang strategy? Bring them back home?
Yes.
Or ituloy mo lang yung ng diaspora? I don't know what's...
Ngayon, kung sabihin mong, let's say, options, di ba? Push the envelope, di ba? Bring them back home. Ang tanong sa'yo eh, boss, ano naman dadat na namin dyan?
Ano trabaho ko
sahod? Doblehin mo lang yung sahod na tinatanggap namin sa Pilipinas. So, uwi na kami. Triple, quadruple yung tinatanggap nila.
May solusyon ako dyan. May proposal si Mon Abrea. And I want to get your thoughts on this then. May proposal before na gawin mong tax exempt. Di ba ang tax exempt ngayon, income tax exempt is 250,000. Kung sweldo mo per year is 250,000, di mo kailangan magbayad ng income tax. May bill na pinupush ngayon sila Mon Abrea, he's a tax reform advocate, na itaas yun to 1 million. Na 1 million, pag yun yung income mo for the year, income tax exempt ka. Tax exempt. So parang mangyari doon, parang dumoble talaga yung sweldo mo pag within that tax bracket ka. So feeling ko pag gawin nila yun, maraming uuwi.
Balik tayo doon sa original na tanong mo kanina. Bago mo isipin na buwisan na naman, pinahihirapan mo. Ipaliwanag mo muna.
Correct.
'Di ba? Yung perception ni nakurakot. Para clean slate tayo. 'Di ba? That's a policy issue. Bubuwisan mo. Kung magtanong 'yon, boss, 'di ba? Ano? Paano yung flood control?
No, hanggang ngayon hindi pa rin na-resolve.
Okay, flood control. If I may...
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, flood control. Technically, there's no such thing as flood control. Control implies you can stop it or redirect it. Advocacy natin, land use. Dapat 300,000 square kilometers. Ito residential, ito commercial, ito industrial. Dito yung provincial capital, dito yung port, di ba? Dito yung recreational. Okay? So that we will know where the infrastructure and infrastructure will pass. Protect life, liberty, and property. Every year. I'm just saying this objectively. Bakit mo pupondohan taon-taon? Ghost project pa yung iba. Di ba? Nalalagay sa panganib yung mga human settlements sa Tagiliran. Ba't hindi mo lang one time ilipat?
Lahat yung mga yan.
Yung mga nasa gilid. Yung flood control.
Mas efficient pa yun sa paggastos ng pera.
And if rescue team ka, ilipat mo. Yung ayaw iwan yung kalabaw, yung aso, yung aparador, the law will be on your side because once you invoke life, the right to life, you set everything aside. Pag sinabong isang buhay ang nakataya rito, tabi na yan. Saka na yan. Di ba? One life. Life. Liberty. Property. Dito sa issue ngayon, lahat nanganib eh.
Oo. At alam mo, makikita na naman natin lahat yan. Tag-ulan eh.
Kahit na yung pinaka-powerful na countries. People's Republic, di ba? Hurricane Katrina sa Florida. People's Liberation Army ang naglalagay ng sandbag. They cannot redirect the Yangtze River. Katrina, di ba? Life, liberty, and property. The law will be on your side. Land use. Mabuti na lang na ilusot natin yung National Disaster Risk Reduction Management Law. Which is, you cannot stop the typhoon, hayaan mong lumipas. Pero pakalagpas na ganun, bring back life to normalcy.
Correct.
Para makapagtrabaho yung mga magulang, makapunta sa eskwelahan yung mga bata.
Pero grabe no, magbabagyo na naman, so mauungkat na naman yung
El Niño, La Niña.
Pero kumbaga yung flood control na feeling ng mga taong nakalimutan na, feeling ko tataas na naman yan sa national consciousness. The moment magbaha na naman dito sa Pilipinas.
Biruin mo, baha. Diba? Yung water table ng Metro Manila mas mababa na kaysa Manila Bay. Sa dami ng deep well na ibinaon. So, siyempre, law of gravity, kung mas mataas, doon ka pumunta sa mas mababa. Land, actually yan, Carlo, land and water use. Pag umulan, hanggang dito yung tubig.
Correct.
Pag bukas mo ng gripo, walang lalabas. So, ang problema na naman is containment. But I'm jumping all over the place. Containment. Land and water use.
Pero hopefully, sa tingin mo mariresolve pa yung flood control issue na yan? O?
I pray, I hope so. But true to form, ako, I'm optimistic. Yun lang. i-input na natin yung threshold issue. Hanggang saan ba ito sisikmurain ng taong bayan? Okay. Now, itong sasabihin ko is a rather sensitive issue. Ano ngayon ang critical variable, di ba? Pag yung tao pumunta sa kalsada at sinamahan ng sundalo,
Doon talaga nagiging nakakatakot na.
40 years ago. Ngayon, pag-iingatan natin yung kasundaluhan, no? Legally authorized armed group. That's the fulcrum. That allows order and equilibrium. Any perception that they are taking sides, it will not be as bloodless as 86.
Yes, I agree.
Baka magkasakitan. Yung mga gusto natin, magkasakitan na. Hindi. No. That's, kahit na yung sundalo, tanungin mo, ayaw niya na magkasakitan. Ayaw niya ng violence. Sila kasi ang unang isasagupa. Di ba? Pero the damage to institutions, the risk to life, liberty, and property, yun ang pag-ingatan natin.
Na sana ma-resolve soon. Diba? Well, hopefully. So, here's another interesting question. You've seen VAT daw evolve through marami kasi ako followers, tax yung problema nila. So, you've seen VAT daw evolve through the years. Nung nagsimula pa lang siya, nung as in, pinasa yung bill for it, nandun kayo, nakita nyo yun, 10%, naging 12%, nasama electricity, naging e-VAT, may VAT na ngayon sa digital. What are your thoughts daw to lower VAT to 10%?
I'm not a tax expert. I'm inputting from a layman's point of view, di ba? The percentages are immaterial. Ano ang cost of living yan?
Ngayon, sobrang taas.
Ano ang minimum wage?
I don't have the exact number, but I will Google.
No, Carlo. I'm just putting that on the table.
Yes.
Yun dapat ang index natin. Papatayin mo sa tax, bat or no bat. Paano mo mabubuhay yan? Baka magnakaw yan. Baka mag-loot yan. Baka maging corrupt yan.
Correct.
Yun ang thoughts ko.
Baka dapat tingnan yung total effect sa
total.
tao.
At siyempre, ipaliwanag natin yung nangyari sa itaas o national television. Ibabat mo kami, hindi pa nga ninyo na-resolve yan. Diba?
Yung billion-billion na linatag sa lamesa.
At medyo, very fluid pa at nagkakagulo sa Senado. Kanino kami aasa?
Correct. I agree. Okay. So, I just have a few more questions before we wrap up. So, you've been a soldier, rebel leader, fugitive, and senator. Which of those roles do you feel like required the most courage?
My life was very simple when I was a soldier.
Ha? Talaga?
Oo.
Yung pa yung pinakasimple sa lahat?
Pag sinabi sa yung sa kabila nung ilog yung kalaban. Ngayon, pag tinapik ka sa likod, pagtingin mo, I'm not implying anything. Pag politiko yung...
baka may hawak na kutsilyo.
Inahag ka, medyo magpapalpitate ka. Ano kaya kailangan nito? Ganon. So, nung sundalo ko malinaw, di ba? Demarcation lines. Now, experience, I've been a soldier for 17 years, a rebel for 7 years, a senator for 21 years, and a secretary for 2.5 years, di ba? I have stood at the gates of Malacanang Palace in full combat gear many times in my life as attacker and defender.
Pareho.
Wala akong magagawa. Di ba? I have no excuses.
Yes, sir.
Pero at that point in my life, I did not know what to do. Now, with a little experience, I know where to bring the situation. Kaya I can speak with some
wisdom.
Some wisdom. Wisdom that comes with maturity and age. You mellow You mellow.
Pero among all those roles, kung soldier yung parang malinaw, which position you felt like nahirapan?
Pinaka-nahirapan? When I was in politics.
Yun talaga.
If you remember, no? After my tour of duty as a rebel, so nag-peace talks under President Ramos.
Yes.
Diba? Sabi ko, ang gagawin natin, peace talks na. Abi, tumakbo tayo sa eleksyon. Di ba? Imbis na bato ka ng boto from the outside, pasok ka sa bahay.
Baga doon tayo lumaban.
Doon tayo lumaban. Ano tatakbuhan natin? Barangay captain? Hindi. Senador. First independent senator in Philippine political history to win in national elections. Walang pera, walang partido. So we organized an army of 1 million young volunteers.
Wow!
30 pesos a day, Carlo. Lalakad. Pag uwi, hindi pa kumakain, konting merienda lang, no? 30 pesos. All over the country. Tulog. Walang bisan. Di ba? That's how we...
Ganun kayo nangampanya, no?
1
1 million volunteers.
1 million volunteers. Barkadahan.
Grabe.
Okay, first independent. Okay? So, I faded into the woodwork. I mean, gagawin ko rito. Di ba? So, I was not as visible, as audible, as when I was a rebel.
Yeah.
So, but I fall back on some experience.
No, pero grabe na rin yung pinagdaanan niyo, sir, no? Through the years.
And
Parang it's probably one of the most colorful life stories I've heard. You should write a book. Have you written a book?
no, sabi nga nila, pag sumulat ako ng libro, di ba, thoughts o bunasan, pag bukas ng libro, puro blank pages.
Huh? Bakit?
Hindi, thoughts, di ba?
Ikwento mo, alam mo, sa mga kwento mo palang feeling ko, multiple chapters, multiple novels, pwede yan. Sa dami ng pinagdaanan mo.
Para input na rin dun sa, interesting, soldier, masimple, di ba? I've suffered wounds in combat. Yeah? In fact, I'm proud to say that I'm one of the few lolos who can say, give me 4. Hindi naman ito nasagasaan ng tricycle.
Correct.
So, in combat ito, in struggle, no? Kinikwento ko, when I was teaching in the Special Forces School, when I was still in the active service, sabi ko sa kanila, sa mga estudyante ko, no? Mga Rangers, mga Special Forces, sabi ko, huwag kayong mag-alala. Pag tinamaan kayo ng bala, hindi naman ganun kasakit.
Totoo yun. Nabaril na rin ako eh.
Okay.
So, hindi ko naramdaman.
So you understand, di ba? May initial shock, nerve endings, di ba? Pero iniisip ko, Carlo, yung pakiramdam ng mga estudyante ko, di ba? Talaga palang sira ulo nito ni Unasan. Hindi rin masakit tamaan ng bala.
Oo, pero di ko naramdaman eh.
Okay. Kailan masakit? If you survive. If you reach the operating room and the anesthesia wears off, mamimilipit ka sa sakit. Pag fatal yung wound, let's say, sa ulo, di period na. Di wala na.
Punta ka na kay Jesus. Ako.
Hindi. Dan ka muna sa Loyola Memorial Park.
Sige.
Ganon. So, experience. Diba?
Kwento ko lang, Senator. So dati, nabaril ako ito sa na-hold up kami sa internet cafe. So nabaril ako through and through dito sa gilid. So hindi ko naramdaman. Like, nakikipag-away pa ako. Pero hindi ko naramdaman. Pero parang nawalan na lang ako ng malay. Tas, di ba kasi the blood loss? Yung kwento mo lang na yung masakit yung recovery, dinala nila ako sa East Avenue Government Hospital. This was in 2006, so hindi pa ganun kalaki yung pondo ng mga public hospitals. Inoperahan ako ng walang anesthesia. Tapos nung tinanong ng tita ko, si former Secretary Toots Ofle, kasi pumabot siya sa hospital eh. Sabi niya sa doktor, wala po ba kayong anesthesia para sa nephew ko? Alam, sabi ng doktor, ma'am, may dala po ba kayo? Wala sila anesthesia back then. So, but yun, naramdaman ko yung pain na, yung ginawa sa akin, yung bubutasin yung gilid mo, tapos naglagay sila ng forceps para buksan yung rib cage, para lagyan ng tubo yung lungs kasi may dugo na daw yung lungs.
Para i-drain.
Oo. So, naramdaman ko yun ng walang anesthesia. Tapos pati yung pagtahi nung sugat ng baril, ng bala, ng walang anesthesia, naramdaman ko din.
Yan. Common experience. Pinutol yung daliri ko, walang anesthesia.
May kubo!
Dahil na-infect.
Walang anesthesia.
So, akala nung doktor, para i-divert siguro. Alam mo, Kernel pa ako nun. Alam mo, Kernel, no? Itong gagamitin ko sa yung forceps o pamputol, di ba? 30,000 pesos to eh. Mahal.
Sinabi lang sa'yo para lang mag-isip ka na yung bagay.
Ano kinalaman nun sa gagawin? No? At sabi ko, sige, nakakaya kung magsisigaw ako ron, di ba? Isipin mo, rebel, soldier, tapos naghihiyaw ka habang
Ay, dapat lang pinuputol yung daliri mo. Walang mag-judge sa'yo, sir.
Walang ganun. Sabi ko.
Pero grabe. Diyos ko, dami na palang. Pero yun, agree ako doon. Hindi siya, pero I don't recommend anyone go through it.
Yun ang sinasabi ko. Huwag kayong matakot, hindi ganun kasakit. Pero huwag kayong patama, ha? Dahil tamaan ka, iba ka agad, di ba?
Correct.
Sa ospital. What good are you to the mission, to your unit, to your family, to your country?
Kung hindi mo naman magagawa yung mission in the first place. Yeah, I agree. So anyway, moving forward, I have 3 more questions, if that's okay. So the next one, we talked about kanina off the air si former Congressman Kiko Barzaga, who was kicked out of Congress, recently expelled. Now, my thoughts about it, I disagree with some of the things that he says. I don't agree with a lot of his politics, but I disagree with the idea na kailangan siyang i-expel. Kasi feeling ko, sobrang measure naman yun, di ba, na ginawa ninyo against him. He was voted by his, di ba, his constituent, siya yung pinili, siya yung nilagay doon. Walang kulay na DDS or Pinglawan. Binoto yan ng tao, linagay yan dyan. Kung gusto niya magsalita ng kung ano-ano, yan yung binoto ng tao eh. Kung gusto niyo palitan, antayin niyo mag-election ulit bago niyo siyang palitan, di ba? So, I just wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Good sign.
Good sign na tinanggal siya?
Oo.
Dahil-
Ibig sabihin, tama yung mga sinasabi niya.
Kumbaga nasasaktan yung mga
Hindi.
tao.
Di ba yung pinag-usapan natin kanina? If he's saying the right things and you don't like what he's saying, kill the messenger?
Correct.
So they kicked him out.
Yun ang literal na shoot the messenger.
Systemic. But there are many more like him. Di ba? Si Congressman Leandro. Di ba? Si Mayor Magalong. Si Mayor Vico Soto. Many like him. Tinanong ko nga yung iba sa kanila. One time when I met some of you, sabi ko, ang gagaling ninyo. I changed my mind. Talagang 180 degrees, no? Sabi ko, hindi kayo nagsasalita. Alam mo, sabi sa akin, Carlo, Sir, pag nagsalita kami, papatayan kami ng gripo. Systemic. It's the political culture, di ba? You don't rock the boat. Everybody happy na. Status quo. So, balik tayo dun sa kumakain sa basurahan.
Pero how do we change that kaya?
Well, education, electoral reforms, choose better leaders who will be real. I'm not saying, I'm not passing judgment on the House, no? Elected din yan eh. Maybe improve the quality of our electorate
So that they can
so
pick
that they
better
can make
leaders.
better decisions and elect better leaders.
I agree. Ito mas personal na question from me to you. So, my grandfather was si late Senator Blas Ople.
Yes.
And si Lolo, hindi ko masyadong nakasama as much as I wanted kasi, so syempre, busy siya sa trabaho niya eh. Nakasama mo siguro siya sa Senado,
Yes.
nakatrabaho mo siguro siya. Syempre, may mga moments kami nung every Sunday lunch or pag nagsasama kami sa family. Pero masyado pa akong bata noon para makita yung significance nung ginagawa niya as a senator. Diba? Kasi ano pa ako, grade school, high school, diba? So hindi ko alam yung weight tsaka yung gravity nung buhay niya tsaka nung ginagawa niya. So I just wanted to ask you if you can tell me whatever stories you can share of your encounters or experiences with him na pwede mo lang ipasa sa akin.
Statesman. Ano ang definition karon ng integrity? Yung iniisip mo, yung sinasabi mo, at yung ginagawa mo,
In sync.
halos magkakapareho. That's what you call integrity. Ang legendary sa amin nun, kay Cablas sa tawag namin nun. He became Senate President, by the way.
Yes.
Okay? Yung iniisip niya, diretso sa keyboard. Walang editing, ha?
Correct.
Walang snowflake, wala. Yun ang naalala ko. Binigyan niya ako ng libro, which I still have now, about Switzerland.
Switzerland, okay.
Yes. Doon ko na napulot, yung sinasabi ko ngayon. Diba? The Switzerland have an army. No? Switzerland is an army. Yeah. Any conversation with him, 1 minute, 30 seconds, was a seminar. Okay? Hindi ka lalapitan to engage. Basta binigyan niya ang libro. Bagito pa ako noon. Can you imagine being in a book with dedication pa? Ni Cablas, di ba? Parang parang ayaw mong basahin, baka maalikabukan. Which also tells me about the quality of the leadership of President Marcos Sr. Sino ang team niya noon? Cablas, Enrile, Birata, Laya, Romulo, Ongpin. Nakita ko ito dahil Camp ako at saka security officer ni JPE. Pagkausap ni Marcos Sr., walang nakakatingin sa kanya ng eye to eye. Nakatungo lahat.
Lahat?
Lahat. Wala. Kahit na si Romulo. Nakaganon. Okay. Sasabihin ni Marcos Sr., narinig ko na. Nasa tabi ako, dala ko yung mga folder, di ba? Johnny, how's the security situation? Bobby, how's train? Palipat-lipat, di ba? Sagot. Karamihan, yes sir, it's okay sir, it's being managed. Yeah. Ganun katindi. And then he got sick. President Marcos Sr. And then 86, the EDSA People Power Revolution happened. When you get sick kasi, there's a diminution of control.
Yes.
Now, I'm relating it to the quality of statesmanship and leadership of Kablas. They were a generation of, I don't know what to call them, no? Talagang best and the brightest. You have a lot of things to say about the Marcos
Yes.
administration, kung ano-ano, but we'll not go into that. I'm just saying the quality, the meritocracy was living before my eyes happening. Can you imagine? Di ba? Kapitan ako noon. Nanonood ako. Statesmanship. Bigyan ka pa ng libro ni Kablas. Kaya parang,
So grabe, nasa iyo pa yung librong yun?
oo naman.
Minsan pakita mo naman sa akin pag nagkita tayo para lang makita ko. But thank you for sharing.
Nako.
Nakakatuwa. At yung mga anytime I get the chance
By the
to...
way, let me add, these were not perfect men, ha?
Yes, I agree.
Kaya lagi kong sinasabi, Carlo, no? Our national heroes, diba? Rizal, Bonifacio, Aguinaldo, Mabini, these were not perfect men. But together, these imperfect men, diba? Dreamed, fought, died, sacrificed for a nation that did not exist during that time.
That now we have right now.
We have right now. So, fast forward ka. Ople, Enrile, Laya, Berata, Ongpin, Romulo. Imperfect men.
Yes.
Together, under a leader, built what we have now. For better or for worse.
Yes.
Let history be the judge.
Thank you for that. So magandang that's a story that I will add to my Lolo Blast memories. So siguro one last thing, you mentioned kanina na yung sa Reform Party that
Yes,
you were
yes.
putting together, baka you can talk a little bit about that.
Okay, we formed a reform party because we feel that maybe there is a vacuum that needs to be filled by a functioning, responsive, platform and program-based party. So what we did was we formed the Reform PH Party, National Party. We participated in the last elections. Some of our candidates won, no?
So nabuo na to nung 20, ano pa?
Before the last elections. Hindi ito yung Reform Party ni former Senator, the late Miriam Santiago, not the Reform Party of the late former Senator Raul Roco, not the Reform Party of Secretary De Villa, no? It's a new Reform Party. Who are these people in the Reform Party? Mga veterano na buhay pa na katulad ko noong 86, yung mga humiwalay sa Magdalo Party, not Magdalo, no? Ni former Senator Trillanes, we reached out to the armed component of the revolutionary left, the Alex Mungkayaw Brigade. Then we reached out to our Muslim brothers, armed component. So mga nagbalik loob ito na galing sa armed struggle. So ang platform namin basically is the same naman yan eh. Semantics lang, no? He said, gusto namin mag-participate in a peaceful, legal, constitutional, parliamentary struggle. Nakaluhod kami. Please give us a chance to participate in a level
Playing field.
Lumuhod na kami at lahat. Ayaw ninyo. Kami yung pinakamadaling kausap. No, I will not go further. Yun ang Reform Party.
Yun yung Reform Party.
By the way, Carlo, you may, our young audience might say, bakit ganito ka-light ang conversation natin about very serious matters? I have a personal rule. Do not make decisions or act when you are very angry, very happy, very tired, or all of the above.
Or when you're drunk.
Idagdag natin yan. When you're drunk. Diba? Wait until your heart rate subsides, and then you
make your decisions.
You decide. That's my personal rule, which I share with our future leaders and citizens.
Okay. Well, sana makinig yung mga taong nanonood.
For nation building. Too much is at stake if you become too emotional. Nothing wrong with passion. And then we are a nation of heroes. No? By ancient definition, who were heroes? Walang iconic nun, walang mga superstar. Heroes, by definition, ancient definition, were a group of women, young and old, men and women, who together always, built and worked for the next generation. And then when they buried these people, they did not ask, sino ba to? Diba? Ano ba position niya? Diba? Did he have or did she have passion So, wag natin eliminate yung passion. Kailangan
Kailangan natin yun.
Ayan.
And siguro one last na lang, sir.
Yep.
If you could give advice as an elder senator, statesman, to Senator Peter Cayetano and Senator Win Gatchalian, ano yung sabihin mo sa kanilang dalawa? Kanyari, nasa harap mo silang dalawa. Ngayon, nandyan silang dalawa.
Yeah.
Tapos ano pwede mo sabihin sa kanila para lang, alam mo yun?
Pareho naman mas bata sa akin.
Oo, pwede.
Guys, it's not about you anymore.
Amen!
This is about the country.
Correct.
You be instruments of unity. What are the pillars of national security? Political unity. Nandiyan kayo sa front line. Social cohesion. A sense of nationhood. Both of which will lead to economic prosperity na matagal nang hinihintay.
Ng Pilipino.
So together, together, hindi lang kayo, together yung mga bata ninyo. Di ba? Together, pray hard. Mahilig naman kayo mag-pray, di ba?
Maraming Bible verse.
Dream hard.
Yun ang kailangan din talaga nila.
And, para hindi nakakaya kay Lord, o kay Allah, whatever we call Him, di ba? Work hard.
Correct.
Dream hard, together. Together. Pray hard,
Together.
dream hard, work hard. Together. Not for yourself, not about you anymore. For our most precious and strategic resource, our next generation of Filipino and global citizens and leaders, our children.
Amen. No better way to end it. Sir, maraming salamat.